Recently, Russia says its forces will intensify attacks on Ukrainian storage bases housing Western-supplied weapons as the United States is set to get the arms moving to the country quickly. Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said on Tuesday Russia will increase the intensity of attacks on logistics centers and storage bases for Western weapons. He said Moscow had dispelled the myth of the superiority of Western weapons. In proportion to the threats posed by the United States and its allies, we will continue to improve the composition and structure of the armed forces and increase the production of the most popular weapons and military equipment, the defense minister stated. Ukraine is awaiting U.S. Senate approval of a new aid package worth nearly $61 billion following a vote by the House of Representatives this weekend. The House on Saturday approved the $95 billion package, which also includes aid for other U.S. allies, after months of delay as some Republican lawmakers opposed further funding for Ukraine. The aid bill is now due to go to the Senate on Tuesday. If passed in the upper chamber of Congress, President Joe Biden has said he will sign it into law immediately, so that he can quickly send weapons and equipment to Ukraine to meet their urgent battlefield needs. In a message on X, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Biden promised that Kiev could expect badly needed weapons to arrive quickly. He said Biden assured him that a coming package of aid would also include long-range and artillery capabilities. The Ukrainian leader said last week that Moscow has 10 times more artillery shells than his country, which is already outgunned after more than 2 years of war with Russia. Zelensky also made it clear, "We will have no chance of winning unless aid from the U.S. resumes." Earlier, Russian troops have destroyed 4 Ukrainian assault boats on the Dnipro River in the Kherson region during an overnight attack, the state news agency TASS quoted Governor Vladimir Saldo as saying. Over the past 24 hours, Dnipro battle group units destroyed enemy watercraft on the Dnipro River at night. Specifically, they uncovered and eliminated 4 enemy boats with an assault force of up to 15 militants from the 35th and 37th Marine Infantry Brigades, Saldo wrote on Telegram. He added that Russia's Dnipro battle group hit Ukraine's 141st, 65th and 128th Brigades and struck temporary deployment sites, military hardware and artillery positions of the Ukrainian army on the right bank of the Dnipro River. He said soldiers had also successfully fought against reconnaissance and attack drones. The enemy's total manpower losses over the past 24 hours amounted to 45 militants, and 2 military vehicles were destroyed, Saldo said. On the other hand, Russia's military hit a warehouse with unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, of the 113th Ukrainian Defense Brigade and destroyed the launcher of an American MiM-23 Hawk anti-aircraft missile system, SAM. The state-run TASS news agency cited the Russian Ministry of Defense as saying, "Operational tactical aviation, missile forces and artillery of groupings of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed a launcher of the MiM-23 Hawk anti-aircraft missile system made in the United States," the ministry said. The ministry added that forces hit a warehouse containing Ukraine's forces' manpower and military equipment. On the other hand, the U.S. is preparing a $1 billion military aid package for Ukraine, the first to be sourced from the yet-to-be-passed foreign aid bill. Two U.S. officials tell the Reuters news agency. The U.S. Senate is set to vote on a major aid package that includes $61 billion for Ukraine. Its passage is all but certain after the House of Representatives approved the assistance at the weekend with broad bipartisan support. The aid package includes vehicles, Stinger air defense munitions, additional ammunition for high-mobility artillery rocket systems, 155mm artillery ammunition, TOW and Javelin anti-tank munitions, and other weapons that can immediately be used on the battlefield, the official said, speaking on condition of anonymity. Earlier, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has announced £10 billion, $12.43 billion, of extra long-term funding for munitions in light of the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky admitted on Saturday that his country did lose the initiative while awaiting for U.S. military assistance. But he said that the injection of new arms and ammunition would give his struggling army the chance to stabilize the situation. Ukrainian military intelligence chief Kirill Budanov on Monday said that the fight would only get tougher, with Russian forces intensifying their attacks through mid-May in what he described as a comprehensive operation. A blunder during a recent rotation of Ukrainian forces has allowed Russian troops to make a swift 5 kilometers gain on the battlefield and move towards Ukraine's newly fortified defensive line, according to Ukrainian military analysts. The situation unfolded in the village of Ocheretin, west of the Russian-controlled city of Avdiivka, which fell in February.